Hello everyone, welcome back again. I'm now going to show you how to join these solid granny square blocks and how to make it reversible. Okay, so I have done some sample granny squares, solid granny squares in a light pink, and I have already joined several of them together. All you do is put the wrong sides together and then crochet along. But what I'll do is, if you were starting off, you just have the right side facing you, and here the wrong side would be facing you. So in other words, two wrong sides together, and then you match them up, and you can see that in the corner you've got your two chains, 1, 2, and obviously you've got your corresponding two chains there. So the idea is to join, you would really need, let me get my 4.5 hook now. Where's that disappeared to? Here it is. Yeah, you put your hook into the back loop of the chain. So that's the second chain along. I just show you. There's your corner. 1, 2, your second chain under the back loop, and then under the front loop here. And that's how you join. So just once more, you've got the wrong sides facing each other. Go into the second chain under the back loop and the corresponding chain on the other square under the front loop and join. Now it's entirely up to yourselves which way you join. I tend to just loop it, catch a loop like so, just lay the yarn over my finger and then pull it through, securing it on the back like that. And then I do just a chain and then into the same space a single crochet and just give it a gentle tug. And the idea is now into the front loop of the next, well, the back loop of the next stitch, and it's the top of the stitch, and then the front loop of the top of the stitch in the square behind, you do a single crochet. In the UK it's a double crochet. So here you can see the top of the stitch, the back loop of the little V, and the next stitch along on the corresponding one, you go under the front loop and just pull your yarn through and do your single crochet. Try not to do this too tightly because we're going to work on the reverse of the blanket later, and you just go into each stitch all the way along. There's corresponding loops, and it gives you a nice little raised effect, and it separates the squares nicely because it gives the edge of the square a little ridge. Okay, so I'll work along this side with you and show you how we join the next two squares along. So just going underneath the back and then the front and doing a single crochet, again not doing it too tightly. And in the UK, the single crochet is known as the double crochet. And there, the corresponding chain. And then see, you have got, if I just try and make it clearer, you've got your V stitches, the tops of your stitches here, and it's always the the front one of the square behind, and it's the back loop of the square in front. So they lay really next to each other, or lie, whichever way you say. And there you go. Just work your way down to the corner. And you may find it a little bit difficult once you've hit the last stitch as to where you go. So literally just look for the next chain. There it is. Go into the back loop of the chain, and then your next chain along here, which is there, you go into the front loop of that chain. And now you need to join on your next set of squares. So this is the front of your next granny square. So you put the wrong side to wrong side, line them up, and you find the corner chains, the second chain, which is here, and the second chain, which is there. And you just into the back loop of the second chain, and then into the front loop of the second chain on here, and just line those up and just gently pull your yarn, and then do a single crochet, and that brings them together nicely. Then you just find the back of the next stitch, and then the front of the next one, which is just here. That's a little bit loose to that stitch, and then work your way along again. Matching up as you go, the back loop and the front loop, just as we did on the other square. That looks a little, I think, let's see, there it is. Yeah. So I'll just work along and then meet you when I get to the end. So I've reached the corner again now, so into the first chain, the back loop, and the first chain on this side, the front loop, and just do a single crochet. And now we're ready to join in the next one. So we get our wrong sides together, line up the corners, find the back loop at the second chain of the corner, and then the front loop of this one, the back square, and just do another single crochet, and then you work your way down the square again, and I'll meet you at the other end. So the last stitch, you single crochet, and then into the back loop of the first chain, the front loop of the next chain, a single crochet, and then you just fasten off. So that's, now we've joined in total, I think there are 4 rows. I just zoom out a little and show you. So we've got, flip it over, how it looks. So I've done 3 by 4, so you've got 3 We've joined down there, there, and there. So the idea now is that we need to do these joins here. So you just turn your work around and again just match it up, starting in the corner, and work down exactly the same way. So let's see, there's the yarn, and got my 4.5 hook here, and then we just find the second chain, the back loop of the second chain, there we go, the front loop of the second chain on this one, and just, and then I like to do another single crochet, and then off we go again down. So just zoom in again. There we are. So your front loop, sorry, yes, the back loop, then the front loop of the tops of the stitches, and just work your way down as we did before. So if you continue with that, now meet you here to just show you what I do, how to get over this little ridge. So almost at the end of this little block, this granny square, coming up to that little ridge. You can see here there is a little area you can go into there. Now it's okay to just carry on and elongate this chain just slightly and go to the opposite side and just go under those two there. Sorry if you can see, onto the sides. And just secure it, and then just continue matching up the back loops and the front loops. Sometimes it can seem a little fiddly depending on your tension that you've used. I think on that side the tension was a bit tight. And there, we just carry on working down now, like we did before. Okay, so that leaves it just looking like so. I'll zoom out. So you continue doing this all the way along to that edge, and then I will meet you there. So I've reached the last stitch, and so you go into the first chain, the back loop and the front loop of the chain at the other side on the other square, and then just fasten off. There we go. And this is what it's looking like now. So you're getting a nice little framed effect with the grey. Right, so I'll finish this off camera another time, but just to show you now, when you flip it over, it doesn't look quite as nice. So the little technique here is to start at the edge, and you're going to crochet into these little stitches. So I shall reattach the yarn, and I'm just going to use, I think for this one, a 4mm, only because it'll make it easier to get underneath these stitches. So I'll zoom in slightly for you. Let's have a look. Right, okay, so just insert your hook underneath those 2 loops, and then start off as however you would normally. I'm just going to secure that later, and you literally just do a yarn over, pull through, and you can do a little slip stitch like so. Insert your hook under both, yarn over, pull through, not too tight, and then do a little slip stitch. That does give a nice little effect, as you'll see in a few secs. So just going under. Don't have your tension too tight. And then just give it a little wriggle, the hook. There we are. And it should go through nicely for you. So that is one way to make it appear reversible. And if we just take that out, you can see then when you open it out, you're getting that lovely effect like that. It's not quite as pronounced as this one on this side, but what you can do if you prefer, you can do single crochets. So going under both, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Under both, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over and pull through 2. There, so it's quite relaxing really and straightforward. The key is not to have your tension too tight, especially when you were doing the single crochets on your other side. And then you just keep going all the way, and you do that on every reverse, on the reverse side of every join, to get this reversible appearance for your squares. And when you get to the corner, it can seem a little trickier depending on the tension. You just find, just give it a little wriggle and it should go through. When I say a little wriggle, I mean you kind of like rotate your hook. Just add some pressure and just rotate, and it works its way in, if you can see. I'll show you again. Just by doing a little rotation, pressing where you want to go, and just like so, and it can help it get through the loop. And again. There we are. And you just continue all the way along. So it is personal preference whether you do a flat chain or you do a slightly raised double crochet or single crochet, as we call it as well. Right, so there you can see now how it will turn out as appearing reversible. So if I get the one I finished before and just zoom out again, there we are, just show you. So that's one side and this is the other side. And I find it very difficult to tell the difference between the two. Okay, so on my next video, I'll show you how to do this little edging and look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching.